doing this. You should be happy about that. Don't tell me what I should be bloody happy about, mate.
You should be happy, mate. MD squared it is. Sporting's MD squared. Miles Davis, Martin Devlin squared. You should be happy that you've qualified top of the group of bored to death, and now you're into the round of 16.
Yeah, so we can be bored to death again.
Yes.
Like, seriously?
Seriously.
If there was a footballing god, he would have put us out of our misery by now.
Look,
I was
just saying, okay, I'm going to drop it. No, I'll drop 2 words in here. And I've been saying to people, and it's the oldest joke there is, I say Gareth Southgate, I can go and take the car for a warrant and get back in time and you wouldn't have taken a bloody breath. So here we go. Gareth Southgate.
Following on from Sam Allardyce and David Moyes, I think to have a relationship with them. The thing that really got me is a couple of things, but one was him going on about tournament football and pundits going, this is tournament football. When I come the likes of the Portuguese and the Spanish are playing tournament, but they're playing attractive football, does it mean that you go out and you're unable to score against Denmark and Slovenia, for Christ's sake, hardly creating a chance? Is that what it's all about? How are you suddenly expected to change tactics, change personnel, put your foot on the accelerator when you've been playing the same pedestrian, fearful bollocks for the last 3 or 4 years? Honestly, it's driving me insane. It was like with Moyes at West Ham. Then we got this Southgate of England. There was one guy. Do you remember when we lost 4-0 at home to Hungary? And then, I don't know if I sent it to you. This Charlton fan is there in England.
That's right. That's right. He was going. That was that red. I come along to this because my life's shite. That's it.
Cheer myself up. He said, I've been supporting Charlton all season. It's been rubbish. And now I come here and I get this load of, and that's exactly what it's like. It's absolutely, it's almost like you couldn't tell the difference between the last 3 games probably, apart from the fact that England scavenged a couple of goals in the first game. Really, really poor. And I just... Do you know, there's part of me, I was egging Slovenia on to score.
No.
Yeah, seriously. It's like, come on, you need a kick at the backside. And they're going to go on about, they're tired. And other players have played a hell of a lot more games than most of them. Why is he taking no left back apart from the only left back he's taken, Luke Shaw, has been injured.
No, can't play.
Hardly any football. No. Hasn't played for the first 3 games. So you bung a load. I mean, one stage you had 3 right backs on the field. What on earth is that all about?
Hang on a second. What do you want? It's a world tournament. Do you want results? Do you want results? Do you want results?
No, I want to win, but I want to be entertained. No, mate, you don't understand.
I don't understand.
If you wanted results, you wouldn't support England and you wouldn't support West Ham. All right? If you wanted to win things, you want entertainment. You want people to attack. You want the intent to be there. You've got as good if any other manager, I reckon, to that tournament, including the Slovenian one, would get that squad of attacking players that England have got and be knocking the ball about like no business. How can Slovenia play? Austria, magnificent. With Ralph
Rangnick, the second division German coach who conned his way into the Man United job saying he was father of the press. Oh, no, mate, he was sizzling sausages outside the warehouse, mate. That's what he was doing. He wasn't coaching football. That guy managed to beat the Dutch and get through with 3 goals. You've scored 2 goals in 3 games, mate.
I know, and they looked good. They were worthy of it as well. But they showed intent. They showed when they got the ball, they moved it forward. They got, none of these footballers here are rubbish, apart from maybe a few of the England ones. So if you put the right approach onto it, you've got opportunities. Everyone's able to score in, apart from England. Press them, get the ball forward in a timely manner, and don't be afraid. Kieran Trippier, 98% of his passes go backwards. Now, I know he's on the wrong side of the pitch, but surely you can still know how to pass the ball in a forward direction.
So what we're doing is we're getting into this. I'm going to quote you, from the great All Black philosopher Sir Graham Henry, right, who after the 2007 World Cup calamity said, look, we don't want to win a World Cup like that. We don't want to play like those South Africans and those English. Well, 8-7 against France when we were outplayed in 2011 got him a knighthood. He doesn't care. Surely, ultimately, pragmatism is going to rule. Miles, if your team wins this, are you going to be still talking like this?
Yeah, very much so, mate. I don't want to go there boring. You can say that we don't want to win like that. We don't want to win like that. You want to play an expansive game. And as far as the All Blacks go, mate, up until 1994, you spent 100 years grinding the death out of the opposition with your forwards.
Yes, we did.
And it was only when you suddenly realised you couldn't do it anymore against Australia, you thought, tell you what, let's spin it out. Let's chuck it wide and fling it with gay abandon and see what happens.
Then we had this guy called Jonah, and he was able to run over 5 players. I'm going to read you a couple of things. A tweet from Harry Kane, England captain. We're talking about the Euros, people. And if you want to contribute to this, 5050, because this is a dilemma for all sports fans. What do we want from our teams? Is Miles right? Do we want to be entertained, or is it more important at tournaments like this to get results? And England go through. You're in the round of 16. You haven't conceded a goal in 3 games. Those are all positives. Harry Kane says, top of the group. Our best is yet to come, ... 3 lines. Miles, they were throwing empty cups. Thank God they were empty. They're throwing empty cups at Southgate and booing the team off the field, those fans. And he said this is the most unusual situation to be in. No other group of fans boos their team except ours.
Because no other football team plays the rubbish that we play and have got the squad that we've got. Honestly, it makes you sick. Kane was having a go at Lineker and Shearer for them criticising the team. Mate, you should have a look at yourself. You think you're playing sort of defensive or attacking midfield half the time. He really looks well off the mark, Harry Kane. And Southgate, if you're happy with that, imagine you go to Germany, right? You spend, I don't know, $400 to get over there. You spend $200 a night for accommodation. You spend another $200 per game for a ticket, and you get served up with that. And when you get knocked out in the round of 16 by Holland or the Netherlands, whatever you want to call them, are you going to be happy then? Oh, yeah, well, as a result, we made the round of 16, we made the quarter-final. This is the thing is why should it be that there's you can only do it that way? The game's entertainment. It's about entertainment. The fact that there's money or prizes or whatever is irrelevant. People don't pay. Let's go out every week. I'm going to buy a season ticket. Oh, actually, it's just what happened at West Ham and go and be bored to death every week. You've
done it for most of your bloody life. Okay, the other thing. You set the alarm for 4 in the morning. Why do you do this to yourself? Why does she let you do this? Why do the dogs let you do this? Get up in the morning at 4 and 7 o'clock just to put yourself through this crap every time?
Because it's in the blood and you've got to do it. I mean, I've just had 9 months of it with West Ham, really resenting having to get up, and you start hating them more than any opposition fan could possibly hate them.
See, this is hate. You love to hate. I got a text in. I'm English. The lack of ambition is so far as soul destroying. Oh, and by the way, did Miles just pronounce Kieran Trippier's name in a French accent?
I might have done. I have been to France on a day trip. No, I spent 5 weeks there doing 9,000 games in 98.
Oh, that's right, you did. You did the World Cup for us, mate. All right, England versus India in the T20. I know that you'll probably have different loyalties here, but talk about Afghanistan. How delightful is that they're in the semi-finals? Do you like this story?
I love the story. The minnows, the way that they beat the Australians and knocked the Australians out, although it was quite nerve-wracking, the dodgy hamstring pulls to make sure that if any rain came down. But they deserve to be there. They're no mugs anymore, Afghanistan. They're not mugs anymore, and it's great to see those, smaller nations, not small, it's quite a big place, but lesser nations as far as cricket goes, making an impact on it, and even better to see the Australians getting knocked out. I also like it to the fact that Jonathan Trott, I've got a lot of time for. His sister lives over here. She's a mate of mine, actually. She lives over here. I think she's in Matamata at the moment. So there's a sort of a little tenuous connection there. Great to see him doing well. But is it me, mate? I want to ask you. Do you think that it's been engineered to give the Indians the best chance of going all the way?
But I mean, look, the One Day World Cup last year was that as well, which is why I actually, by the end of it, I was actually thinking, no, I quite like the Aussies to upset your apple cart. Of course it is. The whole game's controlled by India. All the money's from India. Yeah, I can understand it. Look, that semi-final with your mob, they're playing it at 10 in the morning in the West Indies. Why wouldn't you play it at night when all the dancers are there, the music, all the calypsos? No, because they want it for the Indian audience. It's all geared towards India, mate. When they come here, remember, all our games kick off at some queer time so that it actually coincides with back there. Our players don't even turn up to play for our country anymore because they'd might rather go over there and play the IPL league. Everything to do with cricket's about India, mate.